Hi and welcome. In today's class, I shall discuss one of the important subdivision of journal, that is cash book. In earlier classes on cash book, I have discussed only the theoretical aspect of cash book. In today's class, I shall discuss how cash book is maintained practically, and I shall solve a problem on single column cash book in the board. Please follow my class with all your attention for better understanding of the concept single column cash book. I have already discussed the concept cash book. Cash book is an important subdivision of journal. Out of the 8 journal, cash book is the principal book of journal. Cash book records all cash and bank transactions, both in terms of receipts and payments. Cash book may be classified into 3 classes. One is single column cash book, the second one is double column cash book, and the third one is triple column cash book. Single column cash book records only cash transactions in terms of receipts and payments. Double column cash book records cash and bank transactions both in respect of receipts and payments. While triple column cash book, over and above the cash and bank transactions, records also discount transactions in respect of discount allowed and discount received. There is another subdivision of cash book, that is petty cash book, which is maintained by big companies and corporate houses to take care of petty expenses, to not to disturb the main cash book for its functioning. In today's class, I shall show you one problem on single column cash book. Single column cash book records only cash transactions in respect of receipts and payments. So there is one column, that is cash column, both in respect of debit and credit. I have already told you while discussing the cash book, that cash book is one aspect is a journal, and on the other aspect it is also a ledger. That's why cash book is called journalist ledger, or cash book is both journal and ledger. Why cash book is called journalist ledger? Because cash book records the functions of journal, as cash and bank transactions as and when takes place is instantly and primarily recorded in the cash book. Moreover, cash book also does the functions of a ledger, because cash and bank transactions are not recorded separately in general ledger in respect of other transactions to complete the cycle of double entry system of accounting. Cash account and bank account is not separately maintained in general ledger. That's why it also does the functions of a ledger. That's why cash book is called both journal and ledger, or generalized ledger. Now we shall solve a problem on single column cash book. Single column cash book. Here is the problem. Problem 1. This is date 2022, January 1, cash in hand. Cash sales of goods, purchase goods for cash, receive interest rupees 1,500, purchase furniture for rupees 5,000, deposited cash with bank 2,000, receive check from Mr. Ram 3,500, and on 15th deposited the above check in bank. These are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 transactions. These 8 transactions are to be recorded in the single column cash book. Why? Before solving the problem, I want to ask you a question. Cash account belongs to which classification of accounts? Yes, cash account belongs to the club real account. Then what is the golden rules of real account? What comes in debit and what goes out credit. So in recording cash book, we will have to keep in mind this concept of golden rules, that when cash will come, we shall go to the debit side of the cash book, and when cash will go out, we should go to the credit side of the cash book. Very simple. When cash comes in, we should record it in the debit side of the cash book, and when cash will go out, we should record in the credit side of the cash book for the expenditure or payments for which it has been made. Okay? Another important thing, cash book, like other ledgers, is also balanced periodically. Only big companies, practically it is the rules to balance cash book daily, but academically in problems and theoretically we do balance cash book as is directed in the problem or in the question. Here in this question, no direction has been given for balancing the cash book. In assuming the last date of the transaction is 15th, we shall balance the cash book on 15th Jan 2022. Another important point, cash in hand or cash balance will have always debit balance or zero balance. It would have no credit balance, never it will represent credit balance, because you cannot incur more than you have got in your pocket. If you have got 1,000 in your pocket, you cannot incur more than 1,000. That's why cash account will never represent debit balance. Either it represents debit balance or zero balance, but not credit balance. Never it will represent credit balance. Now we shall concentrate on solving these problems. First of all, this is cash in hand. Cash in hand 2022 January 1. We should go to the debit side of the cash book and write the date first. 2022 January 1 to balance brought forward 10,500. Next, cash sales of goods. If you sell goods, whether cash comes in or goes out. If you sell goods for cash, cash comes in. Okay, so we should go to the debit side of the cash book, and for what you have been receiving cash? For selling the goods. So what are the two accounts involved in this transaction? One is cash account, another one is sales account. So we should go to the debit side and write two sales account. Another important point, cash book will always accommodate narration, because cash book is also a journal. A journal without narration is meaningless. So we must write narration underneath every entry in the cash book. Mind it. Next transaction is 3rd Jan. Sales account. Narration. Cash sales of goods. Okay. Okay. Cash sales of goods is 20,100. Narration, cash sells some goods. Is it okay? Cash comes in debit, we should go to the debit side of cash book and we should credit sales account. This is simply ledger posting. To sales account 20,100. And the important point, just go through the format of the single column cash book. First is date field, then particulars, ledger folio, voucher number, then again amount, then again date, particulars, ledger folio, voucher number and amount. That is debit and credit. This is the format of the single column cash book and just in line with the ledger. That's why it is also called ledger. Clear? The next transaction is receipt interest. What are the two accounts involved here? Cash it comes in cash account and interest receipt account. Cash comes in debit for what? Towards interest. So we should go to the debit side of the cash book and write to interest received. Date 6th Jan. $1,500. Narration received. Received interest. Next one is purchased furniture. I'm sorry. I have omitted this transaction. Purchase goods for cash on 5th Jan. Purchase goods for cash. If we purchase goods, whether cash comes in or goes out. If you purchase goods, your cash goes out. So we should go to the credit side of cash book and for what we are purchasing, for what we are incurring cash, for purchase of goods. So what are the transactions? What are the two accounts involved in this transaction? It is purchase account and sales account. We should write here purchase account on January 5th. $16,500. Okay? If you purchase goods, cash goes out. So you should go to the credit side of the cash book to record that payments, to record that expenditure. Purchase account credit, cash account credit, purchase account debit. So I have written by purchase in the credit side of the cash book with the value as given in the problem 16,500. The narration cash purchase of goods. Okay? Next, purchase furniture on 7th Jan. It is also payments what for which we are paying cash for purchasing furniture. So furniture account debit to cash. We should go to the credit side and write by furniture account. Very simple. Just go through it. 5,000. Okay. Next transaction is deposited cash with bank. Here also cash goes out and being deposited with bank. So bank account debit to cash account. We should go to the credit side of the cash book and write by bank. Date is 10th Jan. My bank account 2000. Donation okay. Next one, received check from Mr. Ram. Received check from Mr. Ram. Though check transactions are not generally recorded in cash, single column cash book, but as the problem, it has been given in the problem, we can write here the check transactions in the single column cash book in the process, in the manner as I have been showing you. You can simply put it at the mid side of the cash book, the check, and when the check is deposited into bank, we should write in the credit side of the bank of the cash book with the heading by bank. So you can write, you can accommodate the check transaction in the single column cash book if the situation demands. Here in this case, as it is given in the problem, I can show it in the single column cash book, no harm. You can do it. So on 14th January, we have received a check from Mr. Ram. This is also in the debit side, it would go because it is receipts of check. The date is January to Mr. Ram. As a check is being received from Mr. Ram account is to be credited and cash account is to be debited. Simple journal entry. We are doing it without doing the journal. We are simply posting it as ledger. Cash account debit to Ram account. The value is 3,500. Okay. Check. Check received from Mr. Ram. Okay. Next, deposit the above check into bank. On 15th January, the above check is deposited to bank. So first, when we receive the check, we debited cash account, and on the date on which the check is going out, we should go to the credit side and write by bank account, because bank account debit to cash. On 15th January, we should go to the credit side and write by bank account 3,500. Narration. all the transactions have been posted in the cash book or recorded in the cash book. I'm just repeating it. First is cash in hand, that is cash balance. Opening cash balance. We have gone to the debit side and write to balance BF brought forward with the value 10,500. Is it okay? The next one is cash sales of goods. This is receipt of cash. So we have gone to the credit side with the debit side of the cash book and write to sales account with the value 20,100. Next one, purchase goods for cash on January 5th by purchase account 16,500 with the narration cash purchase of goods. Next, received interest rupees 1,500. Okay, this is also receipt of cash. We have gone to the debit side of the cash book and write interest received account with the value 1,500. The narration received interest. Okay. Next one, purchase furniture. If you purchase something, cash goes out. So we have gone to the credit side of the cash book and write buy furniture account with the value 5,000 and narration purchase furniture for cash. Clear? Next, deposited cash with bank on 10th January. If you deposit cash with bank, your cash goes out. We should go to the credit side of the cash book and write buy bank account. We have written buy bank account with the value 2,000 deposited cash with bank. Clear? Very simple. Next, on 14th, received check from Mr. Ram. This is also receipt. So we have gone to the debit side and written to Ram account because Ram is giving the benefit. We have credited Ram account and write check receipt from Mr. Ram with the value 3,500. And the following date, on 15 January, the check was deposited at bank. So on 15 January, we have gone to the credit side of the cash book and write buy bank account with the narration deposited at the check with bank rupees 3,500. So these are all the transactions. The next function is balancing. What is balance? Balance is the difference between two sides of an account in terms of its value. I have already told you that cash, single column cash book will never represent credit balance. It will either represent debit balance or zero balance as the case may be. So you can blindly add the debit side of the cash book for balancing the cash book. We should go to the debit side of the cash book on 15 January. To add this column. Total comes to 31,600. Total comes to 31,600. We should go to the credit side and write this value for balancing the account. We should find out the difference of the two sides. balance is 8,600. The difference between two sides of this cash book is 8,600. That's it, the closing balance on 15 Jan. Okay? It's very simple. Debit the total the debit side of the cash book, because cash book will always represent debit balance, single column cash book, and post it in the credit side to bring out the difference between two sides of the account. The difference is 8,600. Okay, this is single column cash book format. This is the format. Just go through the format, and you can get it also in your textbook to follow the format accurately and authentically for getting best highest mark in the cash book in this chapter, and follow the procedure as I have shown in this class for better understanding or getting good marks in the topics single column cash book. So that's all for today, and before I conclude my class, I would once again request all the students, listeners and followers of my channel to subscribe my channel and share and like my channel for better circulation among the students community of commerce. Thank you. Goodbye.